Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Perkenalkan, nama saya Eli Hayati Nasution. Saya adalah dosen di program studi sastra Inggris Fakultas Ilmu Budaya Universitas Sumatera Utara. Nah, saat ini saya akan membuat video pembelajaran dalam rangka untuk memenuhi persyaratan sertifikasi dosen tahun 2022. Adapun mata kuliah yang akan saya bawakan adalah bahasa Inggris dengan topik penulisan abstrak. Dan di sini saya melakukan micro teaching secara luring dengan melibatkan mahasiswa yang mana nanti bagian dari pembelajaran ini akan sangat membantu mereka dalam penulisan abstrak pada tulisan ilmiah, apakah itu deskripsi ataupun artikel jurnal. Bentuk penilaian dari mata kuliah ini adalah berupa worksheet di mana mahasiswa akan diminta untuk pertama kali mengidentifikasi sebuah abstrak dari hal struktur dan juga penggunaan bahasanya dalam bahasa Inggris, dan kemudian nanti mereka akan menulis sebuah abstrak yang akan mereka susun sendiri. Demikian kita akan memulai video pembelajaran kita. Terima kasih. Okay, good day everyone.
Good day, ma'am.
How are you today?
Great.
Okay, that's good. Alright. And for today's class, we are going to continue our lessons about abstract writing. Okay? This is the first outcome of our today's class. At the end of this class, you are expected to be able to write down an abstract. Okay? And then for today's meeting, I hope that everyone here will be able to identify an abstract. So first, I'm going to explain an overview about abstract, and then we are going to have a practice how to identify an abstract. Alright? Okay? And first, before we go further about the lessons, I want to give two questions for you. We start from the first one. Okay? Have you heard the word abstract in publication?
Yes.
Most of you here?
Yes.
Okay, that's good. And then the second, if you say yes, can you define that word? I mean, can you define what abstract is? Anyone here? Yes, Dini, please.
Thank you, ma'am. I'm gonna define abstract in my understanding, but according to my abstract is providing like a keyword or a key point when you're trying to analyze the thesis or your research, maybe, and then we know that abstract is giving like 150 until 300, I guess. So when you know that paragraph is containing that structure, I mean it's known as abstract.
Okay, thank you, Dini. So I highlight three important things. First is keywords. So we can say that abstract represents the keywords. I mean the most important things of your thesis, okay, or maybe your paper, okay. And the second thing is about the total of the words. Yeah, Dini. So it is around 150 to 350 words probably. Yeah, we will see later on. And the last, can you say it again, Dini? I missed one point.
I meant that when you find that kind of paragraph, we know that it is abstract when we know that the structure in that sentence.
Alright, so it has certain structure, yeah. So it is different from other kinds of writing.
Yes.
Okay. Yes. Thank you, Dini. And any other students? Yes, please, Emily.
So in my understanding, an abstract is like an overview of a paper or scientific writing, and then it highlights the importance points of the content of that scientific writing or academic writing.
Okay. So again, it is related to scientific things, yeah. Scientific writing, paper, article. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. And let's continue. Okay. So for today's class, you're gonna study about a research article. Yeah, it's about the general structure, and I think everyone is familiar with the research article. And the second is about the abstract itself, including the definition, language, the structure, and formality in English. You mentioned earlier that it is related to the academic things. Yeah, so it is very important for us to use academic language. Okay, and we are going to have a practice. Okay, in which you are going to identify the abstract in the terms of the structure and the language features. So we focus on two things: language and the generic structure. And in the final exam, okay, you are going to identify, you are going to analyze too about these two things. And let's see, research article generally consists of, first is title. I will not discuss further because I will only focus on abstract. And the second is abstract. Alright, so title, abstract, introduction. Yeah, introduction, literature review. Sometimes in a scientific article they combine between introduction and literature review. Yeah, or they separate it, so it will be fine. We just follow the guidelines from the journal. Okay, and then methods, results, discussion, conclusion, acknowledgement. Yeah, you can skip this part because it is optional. And the last is references. Yeah, references, and I suggest you, because you are academic student and you have to use reference manager. Yeah, let's say Bentley, Zotero, and so on. Right, and appendixes is also optional. If you have something that you need to attach, and then you can put in the appendixes. Now, this is the generic structure of the research article. Any questions so far? Okay, quite clear. That's good. And yeah, generally people like to make an abbreviation so that they can easier to memorize. Yeah, they will be easier to memorize the general structure of a research article. The general one is IMPLAT. Okay, stands for introduction, I for introduction, and then M, materials and methods. Okay, and then results and discussion. Okay, so if you are trying to design a research article, and then you can follow this structure. Okay, this is very accepted, I think, for any kinds of journals. Okay, now we arrived at the main focus of our today's class. Yeah, it's about abstract. So as Dini and Evelyn have mentioned earlier, that abstract is the very condensed part. Yeah, so yes, that's right. So condensed versions of longer pieces of writing. Can you imagine that you have around 16 to 20 pages, and then you have to put them in a paragraph. Okay, in a paragraph only. Can you imagine? It's very difficult, I think. But if you know the rules about the general structure, about the language features, and they will help you, yeah, to design or write your own abstract later on. Okay, and you can see here highlights the major points covered. It is related to the structure and concisely describes the content and the scope of the writing. So my suggestion, when you are searching an article for a certain topic, it is better for you to search the abstract first. Don't go directly to the contents of the research article. Yeah, you just you just look into the abstract, and then you can decide, oh, it is appropriate for my research, for example. Alright, so that's the most important point. And then see, yeah, as Dini has mentioned earlier, length of abstract 150 to 350 words, not more. Okay, because there will be the rule of 10. It will help you to limit the number of the words in writing your abstract, and then avoid overstatements. Yeah, that's why we are suggested to use academic language. Okay, in order to avoid the overstatements. Okay, now this is the rule of 10. you can analyze later on the abstract for these things. That we know that the abstract, okay, commonly consists of aim, yeah, aim, and aim. We can formulate the aims in 1 or 2 sentences, not more, yeah, because if we put more sentences, what happen? There will be there will be overstatements, yeah. We will not be consistent for the content of our abstract. So follow this rule. And for materials and methods, yeah, I suggest you to write them in 2 or 3 sentences only. And results to 3 sentences, discussion and conclusion 2 sentences. So remember the rule of 10s, yeah, to make us to be very consistent for the number or the total of words that we are going to use in abstract. Okay, this is about the overview of the abstract. Any questions so far? Quite clear? Anand, Dimas? Yes. Yeah. Anand? Yeah, please, Anand. Okay. Dimas?
I think I got a question about the rule of 10, because this is actually the first time that I've ever heard of this thing. I think in the 2 sentences discussion and conclusion of most of the research that I've been read, I rarely found the last 2 sentences, like the discussion and conclusion. They usually only put results of their research in the abstract.
Yeah. So you now understand that we have to improve the quality of the abstract, yeah? They have to put the conclusion, not only the findings. Okay? Yeah, is it okay, ma'am? Yeah. Again, I suggest you to refer the guidelines from the journal. Sometimes it will be okay for them. That's fine if you miss that part, yeah. But other journal require that thing. So again, I suggest you to refer to the guidelines. Yeah, Dimas, thank you. Dimas, any more questions? No? So we can go to the next part. Okay. Now, this is the structure of an abstract, yeah? Background. Now, for background, we can skip this part sometimes because it is optional. Yeah, so you can put the background, but you also can skip this part. That will be fine. Okay? And then purpose. This is the key. Okay, this is the key, and it should be placed in order. Yeah, you cannot put, let's say, you put methodology first and then you go to the method. No, because structure, they come in order. Yeah, purpose, and then method, results, conclusion, and recommendation. Now, recommendation is also optional. Okay, you can sometimes skip that part, so that will be okay. But these 3 things, purpose, methodology, 4 things, purpose, methodology, results, and conclusion, they must belong to in abstract. Okay, 4 things: purpose, methodology, results, and conclusion, and they have to be in order. Alright? Yeah? Now this is for the general structure of an abstract, and now we arrive the language features. Okay? First, we know that the first part of the abstract is the background. Okay? Background. Yeah, we can we can make the background, but sometimes, yeah, it is okay if we ignore that part. But if you want to put the background, you have to write down the sentences in present. Yeah, commonly in present. How about present perfect, ma'am? That will be fine. Okay, so it depends on the context. Okay, and these are some formulations or sentences that you can use, yeah, to create your background statement. Well, now we have arrived at language of abstract. Yeah, we know that the first part of the abstract is aims. Yeah, sometimes the people say aims, objectives, purposes, goals, they are similar. Yeah, so that's the use of those terms, okay, help you to formulate Okay, the sentences in creating your aims. For example, here the purpose, of this study is to investigate the effects of on. So you can choose these sentences actually. Yeah, not only too monotonous, and then you use the similar sentence. Yeah, I found in many tests students reuse the sentence from the seniors from the previous tests. So I didn't suggest you to do so. Yeah, that will be not very creative. And then the goals, the primary purpose, the study is specifically concerned. So I think these sentences are quite good for you. You can pick one of them, okay, in creating your aims in your abstract, right? And then the second part is materials and methods. This is very important thing because many students, did not pay attention to this tense use. We have to write down the sentences, the formulations of sentences in past tense. So you can see here, this study was conducted in or at. Now, it is also very important to make variety in the types of sentences. Yeah, to use complex sentence, simple sentence. Do not use too many simple sentences because it will be very boring. Yeah, your writing will be very boring for the readers. And then active passive sentence. And the next part is results of findings. Yeah, you can write down in past tense. Okay, based on the research done, it was found that the use of was indicates past tense. And then the next part is conclusion. It can be written in simple present or past tense. Okay, here are some formulations that you can use to make your conclusion. Okay, results suggest is in present, show, concluded, and then can be concluded. Okay, provide, and you can see here also the results did not. Yeah, so it can be in present or past tense. That will be fine. And this is the example of the abstract. You can see I have marked, the parts or the structure of the abstract. So number one is background. Okay, how many sentences that you can find here? 4. So, do you think that this abstract follow the rule of 10? No. Now, and then the next part is purpose. Okay, do you think that this abstract follows the rules of 10? Yes. How many sentences here? 1. Okay. How about methods? No. Okay. How many? Only one. Yeah. So it should be? Alright. So it's too short. Yeah. It doesn't represent the content of the research. Alright. Good. And how about results? Okay, good. And conclusion? Okay, good. Let's see the language features used. Okay, how about the background? That's it, yes? Okay, good. And then the purpose?
Purpose should be present.
Present. How about here? Yeah, examines, right? And then methods? Past tense. Results?
It should be past. Yes, it should be past, but it's not. It's shown past plus. Yeah.
Oh, okay. And how about conclusions?
Conclusion is already correct.
Yes. Okay. And now let's we arrive at the last part of our today's lesson. It's about formality in English. Yeah, I like to say that English has many wings. Yeah, because sometimes we try to refer to one thing and you can use different words. Yeah, when we say need, require, necessary, they refer to the same thing, but they are sometimes used differently. Okay, now that's why formality in English is very important. Now, one of the examples that I can give here, Which is better to say I make decisions or I decided. I made a decision. That's the first sentence. And the second, I decided. Which is better, number one or number two? I made a decision or I decided. Number two is better. Why?
Straightforward.
Yeah, that's the answer. Yeah. So we often to say I made decision. It's better we just say I decided. It is stronger. The sense is stronger. Yeah. All right. Okay. Now let's see this one. The formality in English. So since abstract is a part of academic writing, and we have to write on it by using formal English language. Okay. How we can recognize that the sentence is, the writing use the formal English language. First, we can use complex sentences. And then punctuations, of course, the use of comma, okay, full stop between Bahasa Indonesia and English is different. So please pay attention for punctuation, proper grammar, okay, and correct sentence structure. Now, because we have different structure. Now we arrive at the last part. You have to exercise here that you have to accomplish for next meeting. So you can access our e-learning. I have submitted to our e-learning, and you can access the file. You can get the format to complete this practice. First, you are going to analyze the abstract in Bahasa Indonesia first, because sometimes we like to write them in English directly and we ignore the features and the generic structure. So I suggest you to identify first, just follow the format that I have given. Okay, you identify first the mistakes that you may find in this abstract, and then try to revise it. Okay, you can improve this abstract. And the next one is in English. Okay, you do the similar things in analyzing the abstract, and I hope that you can submit the results of your work. Okay, a day before our next meeting. Okay, I think that's all. Any questions? No? Okay, if you have no questions, it's wrap up time, and I will ask you. All right? Okay, Kania? Can you summarize what we have done for today's class? Just very general.
So it's about abstract tests. It's maybe an overview of the journals that we have written, and it has to follow the 10
Rules of 10.
rules of
Okay.
10. And you have to avoid phrasal verbs and avoid contractions and stuff like that.
Okay. Thank you, Kania. Sarah, do you want to add more?
Yeah, I think Kanya's point about the rules of 10 is very important too. I've just learned this, and one other thing that I think you did a very good job in explaining to us is the tenses. I didn't know that there are in the structure of the abstract that you have to put them in different tenses. I think that was very helpful for me.
So new knowledge again, yeah? Okay, that's good. Alright, so don't forget to review the lessons that we have done today, and I suggest you again to submit your assignment on time. I'm going to see you for next meeting about writing and how to create or how to write on your own abstract. Yeah, I will give you the objectives, okay, the method, the results, okay, the conclusion, and you are going to formulate the sentences in that abstract. Yeah, okay, I think that's all for today's class. Thank you, have a good day, bye.